Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Honourable Minister for Local Government, Housing and Community Development, Madam Pramila Kumar. Let's give her a warm welcome, please.
Members of the private sector, the NFA Board Chair, Mr. John O'Connor, the board members, the Chief Executive Officer, Management and staff of NFA, members of media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Nisambula Vinaka, thank you for being here. It is indeed my pleasure to officiate at the launch of this new National Fire Emergency Helpline number 910. 910, which is a dedicated number, it simply ensures that anyone can make an emergency call if need arises. People don't have to pick up a directory, look for the landline, or even call 911, which was previously the case. It is critical for all Fijians to know the new 910 helpline number, because a quick call to this new emergency number can save lives and reduce property damages. The difference between saving and losing a life in a fire or accident depends on how fast NFA receives the emergency call to provide assistance swiftly. Over the last 5 years, NFA has responded to an average of 5,260 calls per year on a wide range of emergencies. So it's not just the structural fires, but also bushfires, fires that occur on the vehicles and so forth. So far in 2020, NFA has already responded to 3,154 calls, which is 60% of the annual average. This upward trend is alarming. There have been 84 structural fires this year as compared to 70 during the same period in 2019. Since the recent commissioning of Lemi Fire Station, and I recall vividly it was 12th of August, we all gathered at the new venue. Now let me share with you what happened from there onwards in terms of fire. What we have found after the launch, that is within 24 days, NFA attended to 14 residential fires and 1 commercial fire, so the number is 15. And if you can do a very quick arithmetic, you'll be able to put things together to visualize what would be the loss in dollar terms. We are grateful that no life was lost. However, we are worried, particularly during COVID-19, when the households are trying to get their life around. Some are unemployed or reduced hours or whatever difficulty they're facing with their employment issues. And the most valuable asset that you own, which is your own home, if it goes into flames, then how can you pull back, hold yourself, and restart? That can be very, very challenging. So today I would like to urge every Fijian to take fire seriously. Don't think it's just a mere candle that I have lit, or just a diya after my puja, I've left it in the puja box. I think you have to take a lot more precaution to stop this fire, because 15 fires in 24 days is something which should not be acceptable. So in a fire, every minute counts when responding to a fire emergency, and every effort must be made to shorten the response time. The NFA's new fire emergency helpline, 910, is expected to shorten the response time. Calls to toll-free number 910 can be made from anywhere across the country. So if you're holding on to your Vodafone or Digicel mobile, or if you have the landline, you can make this call from any of these mobile or telecom networks. And what is even better, you don't have to pay for it when you make this call. Right? And you can make this call from anywhere in Fiji, immaterial where you are. And it is a 24-hour service, so you can make a call anytime an emergency arises. But I just want to sound everyone, and particularly those who will be listening today, that with any toll-free number, we have a major issue on hand, which is the prank calls. We've seen it with every other helpline number. As the word suggests, helpline. But unfortunately, the toll-free numbers are abused, and generally it is found that the kids, when they're at home, they play around with this number. So we all have to make an effort to reduce the number of prank calls that may come on 910, and we need to be ready with that. How do we address the prank calls? One is when a prank call is made, obviously somebody who is waiting to make an emergency call will not be able to do that. And secondly, is she a waste of money? Because I don't think that NFA is not paying for the bill. I'm sure they are paying for the bill. So unnecessary costs. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now explain how the new system will work. The 910 National Fire Emergency Helpline is now connected to the NFA's 3 divisional control rooms. That means that all 910 emergency calls in the Central Division are directed to the Suba Control Room. All 910 emergency calls in the Western Division are directed to the Lotoka Control Room, and all 910 emergency calls in the Northern Division are directed to the Lambasa Control Room. The NFA's control rooms are being manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, ready to receive any emergency call. Importantly, further improvements in the NFA call center are underway. The NFA is also investing in the computer-aided dispatch system with QIT Pacific. Once operational later this year, this system will support call handling performance standards by incorporating monitoring tools to track actual call handling performance. It will put in place systems to ensure the service targets of NFA's national call number systems are met. When the next phase is finalized, the NFA's emergency call service will be in a better position to adhere to the highest performance standards. Ladies and gentlemen, the launch of the new 910 Fire Emergency Helpline relies on the support of all the parties and stakeholders, including the private sector and government. I urge everyone to work together to assist the NFA team in creating awareness on the National Fire Emergency Helpline number 910. Although the number is simple, because after 9 is 10. So if you recall 9, then after 9 is 10, so 910. With any toll-free number, there's a possibility, as I mentioned, of prank calls. And again, when you go out with your awareness program, or even our private sector decides to raise awareness on 910, I think time and again we have to mention to the school kids as well as to the parents that please try and control these prank calls. You know, I mean, it has become a nuisance now with helpline being rolled out by most organizations. So as we launch the 910 as the National Fire Emergency Helpline number, I also have much pleasure to announce that NFA has rolled out its operational plan for 2020-21. One of the activities included is the community integrated approach, where NFA will work with communities to become first responders after they dial 910. And I think that's a very good initiative. We need to engage with the community. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank all those who have been partnering with NFA to save lives and properties. Insurance companies and brokers for their financial contribution to NFA, Water Authority of Fiji for supplying water to fight fires, and EFL for their quick response to cut off electricity supplies during incidents. I therefore urge all stakeholders, including the media, the private sector, and all stakeholders, including statutory organization and government departments, to please promote National Fire Emergency Helpline number 910. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, it is my profound pleasure to officially launch the National Fire Emergency Helpline number 910. Vinaka.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.